I'm not exactly sure when the Vietnam War started. I know there were advisors back into the 1950s, but if you're old enough and lived in that era, you can probably just about date when you knew the war started because it affected you. Whenever the war started, that fight also showed up on the streets of our cities and in our homes, in discussions around dinner tables, and in schools, and in my church, the Bellefontaine United Methodist Church. I remember it well when the student pastor from Eden Seminary gave a very fiery sermon about the Vietnam War and the military-industrial complex and how nobody should work for a defense contractor. Well, his mistake was that half his congregation worked for McDonnell Douglas, which caused lots of conversation about him and his salary and where his money was coming from. But still I learned in that family of faith, I learned about compassion and I learned about listening. As people who were for the war and people who were against the war had to work together and not always agree, but agree to care for the parents whose children were fighting the war. It was quite a lesson in civility and compassion. That's something I think we need to think about today, and we're going to try that this Sunday. We're going to pray for our nation. So I want you to come as we think about how we're acting as citizens of our country. I hope to see you Sunday.